Ryan Friesen is back living in Dawson Creek, British Columbia. He's refused repeated requests for an interview, but in a statement writes, "My desire for justice is unwavering, and I hope that those truly responsible are identified and held fully accountable for their actions." March 3, 2023, Kiara Agnew was beaten to death on a five-star resort in Playa del Carmen. Friesen was found asleep beside her body in a resort laundry room. At his judge-only trial in 2024, he was found not guilty, based on the fact Friesen's DNA was not found under Kiara's fingernails, while unknown DNA was present, and the belief that her injuries were too severe to have been inflicted by one person. In his statement, Friesen writes, "Legal proceedings against me have unfortunately impeded the investigation to find the actual perpetrators." In Dawson Creek last summer, more than 2 years after Kiara was killed, Friesen met with some of her family members, including her stepfather, Ricky.
Everybody was harassing him, and he wanted to basically sway us in his direction that he was innocent and he wants his life back.
Ricky says Ryan claimed he and Kiara had been drinking at the resort bar, went back to their room, got into an argument, and that he fell asleep.
And he woke up a couple of hours later and said that Kiara was missing. Then he said that he left the hotel room and he heard her screaming.
He says Ryan claimed to have followed the sounds of her scream to a laundry room, that he beat on the door, which was locked.
He said that somebody opened the door. And he said that she was sitting there on the floor and holding her private, saying that she was raped. And he said that there was 3 to 4 people in the room.
And what was his explanation for being found asleep next to her dead body?
He couldn't explain to me how he got from the door to laying on the floor next to her. And he wouldn't answer me that question. I asked 3 times.
Some of Kiara's diary entries and photographs document previous abuse, allegedly at the hands of Friesen.
Whoever committed this horrible act on this poor 23-year-old woman had a lot of rage.
Dave Perry, chairman of Investigative Solutions Network, is a former Toronto homicide investigator, an expert on violent crime and murder.
I noticed on all of his fingernails, they were just soaked up in the ridges here.
He doesn't have access to all the evidence in the case, but analyzed Kiara's autopsy and Ryan's police processing photos.
All of her injuries are, supportive of somebody that was beaten horribly, and his injuries would match that kind of an attack.
In his statement, Ryan Friesen says, "My desire for justice is not about me. It is and always has been about Kiara." The not guilty verdict is currently being reviewed by a magistrate in Mexico and could be overturned, upheld, or modified. Avery Haines, CTV News.